For me, right? 494 high triple bowls at Metro Bowl in Peabody, Mass.
He's at least a favorite with his brother Mike, who's also here. Tom had a 735 in the roll-off, and Karen a 648 for their total of 1383 and their #1 seed. Let's get right to it. Our championship match is coming up. Candlepin Stars and Strikes from Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire continues right after this on WNBS TV.
Candlepin Stars and Strikes is brought to you by the Thompson family of dealerships in Nashua, New Hampshire.
We are ready for our championship match on Candlepin Stars and Strikes. And you see the 5 teams that began. It was Lipke and Montplaisir defeating Caleri and Colley in the first match, then Baker and Wellspring winning, then Daley and Poch winning, and now we're set up for our championship match with the #1 seed meeting the #2 seed for the first place checks. And it will be Jack Daley leading it off here this afternoon on lane 34 at Leda Lanes in Nashua. Tough way to start.
No 300 game for Jack today. Picks the 3-pin out of the 10. Takes down another 7 pins, still up there, the 4 and the 10.
And a nice 10 box.
$340 last week for Jack and Janet on strings of 133, 112, and 95.
Right in the pocket that time, and a spare opportunity. $875 in our triple strike jackpot, $110 in the bonus ball contest after the match. And the spare for Jack.
And the man who needs no introduction. Genuflecting at the line, or stretching, I'm not sure which it is.
Tom Morgan from Revere, Massachusetts, been bowling 37 years. He's been on Channel 50 46 times, on the old Channel 5 show 25 times. And that's how he starts. Watch it one more time. A little on the Brooklyn side, but very solid strike for Tom to start out. Tom has a high of 192, a high triple of 494. Grab the head pin again. Tom's a machinist at GE and Lynn. He's been there for 22 years. He and his wife Linda have a couple of kids. Jamie's 18, a freshman at Fitchburg State, where he plays basketball, and Kelly is 16.
Tom's spending a lot of time driving out to watch his daughter play basketball in her first season at Fitchburg State. Janet fills the spare with just 2. She was last week's hero, no doubt, with a big split conversion in the 10th frame. Give her team the victory over Baker and Wellspring.
She needed a 10 in the final box to tie the match, and she had a very tough spare leave, the 4, 7, and 10, which isn't a guaranteed 10 box, which is what she needed, and she made the spare.
One of the best finishes we've ever seen.
And that'll be a 9 box.
And they're already in a bit of a hole, as both Karen and Tom have marked. Well, Tom has, and Karen will be filling Tom's second frame spare in just a moment.
Janet Poch, who bowls out of Lucky Strike and Lynn. Been bowling for 30 years. An impressive bowling resume. Will not pick up the spare. And the situation last week was dictated by the decision of her team, she and Jack Daley, to have Janet bowl first and last in the third string because of her experience. So it's Jack's first time on television. And Janet's been there before, and she was there for the finish and made the clutch shot to win the match.
And to put an exclamation point on it, she's been bowling longer than her partner's been around.
Now Karen McCormick. A bunch of her teammates are here.
Would they be the loud ones down front, Dick?
I guess. And a spare. $50 in bonus money. Get to watch it one more time.
And I misspoke as we introduced the bowlers. I had mentioned 7 Pro Tour titles. I wasn't aware of the one she won earlier in 2000. She's got 8.
And a strike and 4 marks in a row and another $25 in bonus money. And you'll watch it one more time. And the Morgan McCormick team is on fire. They open with 4 straight marks.
So the 27-pin lead plus 2 bonus balls to add on top of that.
Here's Jack Daley responding to the challenge with a pretty good pocket shot, leaving the 5 and the 9.
So as I was saying, when Karen struck there, she has 8 Pro Tour titles with one late in the year 2000 I was not aware of, so my apologies to her.
Jack responds with a very important spare in the 5th frame. Jack bowls out of the fairway in Natick, and Timberlane's in Abington. Missed the pocket and got a pretty good fall. 9 pins to go into the spare.
Very fortunate break for Jack Daley, leaving just a 9-pin with some wood to the right.
Whoop, plays the wood, makes the spare.
Oh,
the unconventional way. Not diagrammed that way, but he'll take it, believe me.
Look on the score sheet. Can you tell he didn't make it the right way? No. 2 marks in a row now for Poch and Daley. Morgan and McCormick now on 4 marks to start this afternoon's finals.
$75 in bonus money, looking for more. Bounced it down, did Tom Morgan. He'll put 9. Pins down. That one took a short hop on its way to the pins. Five marks in a row.
And the bonus money is piling up quickly.
$100 in bonus money for Morgan and McCormick.
Looking for 6 in a row right here.
Missed the head pin. Half Worcester. 90 half.
Give it a nice try.
Bonus money. Streak ends at 100. And an 8 box. Now it will be Janet Poch working on the spare, looking for bonus money for her team. Right on the head pin.
She deserved better than that.
Put 6 in the mark. 3, 6, and 10 on the right, 7 on the left. Some wood will help. Nice shot, Janet Poch. $50 in bonus money. The shot maker, Janet Poch, makes a great spare. Look at it again. The wood certainly helped. $50 in bonus money for the Poch Daley team. Janet on the head pin. Same shot, no wood this time.
She put the ball in the same place too, just slightly left to center, a bit flush. 3, 6, 7, 10.
This time she has to make it without the help of wood. Not going to do it.
But they got a few pins back from the Karen and Tom lead.
Now Karen McCormick will try to put some marks back to back. She's from Charlestown, New Hampshire. Of course, the New Hampshire community that gave us Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. And there's a Fisk connection in her bio.
Is there?
She bowled in a league with Lee Fisk, Carlton's mom. And Karen has a recollection of Lee averaging in the upper 90s. Lee Fisk was also Karen's high school softball coach at Fall Mountain Regional High School. And look at that shot. One more time. 7 pins to convert for the spare, and she did.
I'm going to wear out the instant replay machine today, it appears.
On the spare, just 2. She matched what Tom put in his spare.
Karen is the Massachusetts State All Events champion in a number of years, 89, 90, 91, and she came in second in 92. She nearly swept it for 4 straight years, all events in Massachusetts State Tournament.
And that will be an 8 box for Karen. Speaking of our replay machine, manned by Dave McCarthy, our terrific crew here this afternoon for WNDS. Our director is Ken Knight. Working on audio is Don Cronin. The aforementioned Dave McCarthy is handling tape, and Larry Taylor's on computer graphics. Paul Hunter's on video, and Jamie Atkinson, Kevin LaFond, and Bob Dole are manning the cameras here at Leda Lanes to bring you all of the excitement, the sounds and the video of Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS. And we've had some thrills over the last couple of weeks. We always enjoy bringing you the mixed doubles competition in the middle of our season. Our ladder series will resume next week as we look for someone to join our 3 qualifiers for the Tournament of Champions already. And that'll be a 10 box for Jack Daley.
Winning team today takes home $1,000. Runner-up team $600. Prize money added by Leda Lanes.
Our 3 Tournament of Champions qualifiers are Gary Carrington, Gary Santora, and Mike Morgan, brother of Tom Morgan.
And he's here today keeping a watchful eye on brother Tom.
Jack missed the spare. Makeable spare there, and he missed it. And he's still thinking about it. Got to get it out of your mind as quickly as you can. And that'll be a 10 box. And a 120 first string for the team of Jack Daley and Janet Poch. Karen McCormick and Tom Morgan are already at 118 with 2 boxes to go. 6 marks in the first string for the Morgan McCormick team. Tom missed the head pin that time. Gets a great fill. Look at this. The head pin goes. The 9 pin's the only pin still standing. There's a bunch of wood on the deck. And Tom moves down to look at the wood to see which way it's angled.
Karen's on her feet having a look too.
That's a spare for Tom Morgan. 7th mark of the first string for Morgan McCormick, including 2 strikes. That's off the head pin. That'll put 3 in the spare.
Tom shouting to himself out there.
$139 so far. 140 for Morgan and McCormick. They take a 20-pin lead over the team of Jack Daley and Janet Poch as we head to the middle string of our championship match of our mixed doubles competition on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS. Karen McCormick will start off the second string at Leda Lanes. She and teammate Tom Morgan have a 20-pin lead over Jack Daley and Janet Poch as we start the middle string.
Couldn't get that 4-pin to go over.
The wood on the right is beneficial, I think.
Do you split the wood?
No, she would have done exactly, well, I would have done exactly what she did. And I would have missed the same way she missed, I guess. And that'll be a 9 box. Karen's a graphics designer at Lentex Wall Coverings in North Walpole. And it's a half Worcester. She designs commercial-grade vinyl wall coverings. She was telling me, Michael, when you called her to get some bio information from her a week ago, at the time, she was not engaged, and now she is engaged.
That quickly, huh?
Rocky Putnam. And they'll be getting married this year. And she has a 14-year-old son, Ethan. And her hobby is canoeing.
Not doing too much of that this time of year.
Did I say North Walpole, Massachusetts?
No,
It's North Walpole, New
you
Hampshire.
didn't say which state, but it is Walpole, New Hampshire. All right, a tough start for Karen McCormick and Tom Morgan. Had a 20-pin lead starting this match. Janet Poch, Jack Daley have a chance now to eat into that lead by McCormick and Morgan.
The 1, the 2, and the 10 still standing with no wood. Not going to make the spare.
Janet Poch last year was rated number 10 in the WCBC rankings. Pro Bowler of the Year in 87-88 and the 90-91 season. She'll open with a 9. Take her place on lane 33 for the second frame.
I want to remind you about Pizza Hut in Nashua, right on Amherst Street, just down the street from Leda Lanes. It's at 313 Amherst Street, where they have a wonderful luncheon buffet Monday through Friday from 11:30 to 1. All you can eat, several different varieties of pizza, a couple of different types of salads, including a Caesar salad, which I like a lot, breadsticks, desserts. It's Pizza Hut, 313 Amherst Street in Nashua, just down the street from Leda Lanes. All you can eat, the lunch buffet, 11:30 to 1, Monday through Friday. If you want to call ahead to order a pizza to go, it's 889-7710, 889-7710 for Pizza Hut, 313 Amherst Street in Nashua.
Well, the ball took a while to finally spin off the plate, leaving just the 6-pin all by itself. Spare for Morgan and McCormick. Tommy had a 735 to qualify in the top position for the men. Karen McCormick, 648 for her top position with the men. The men and women were paired strictly from top to bottom, one bowled with one, and so on. We're back to the men's singles next week. Our 4th ladder series begins. Dick mentioned who the Tournament of Champions seeds are so far. We don't know who the bowlers are at this point. We'll all find out together next week. Well, the 8-pin stands. The 1-pin went.
And a 9 box. All of our bowlers are getting a complimentary copy of Candlepin Bowling 2 by Jim Fairhurst from Alamogordo, New Mexico. And you can get more information on how you may obtain a copy of your own by calling 603-742-1272 in New Hampshire or 508-543-9249 in Massachusetts. It's Candlepin Bowling 2 by Jim Fairhurst. Again, the number in New Hampshire, 742-1272. In Massachusetts, 508-543-9249.
Alamogordo, New Mexico. Must be a lot of Candlepin bowling there, huh?
Big time.
Yeah.
On the reservation.
You ever hear of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico?
Sure, of course I have. Yeah. Remember the show, the old TV show.
Didn't the show ask if any community in the country would rename itself Truth or Consequences? There'd be some kind of prize, and I think that's what happened. Nice shot there by Jack Daley. 3-pin last to go down.
On the spare, looking for a triple mark. That's a $50 shot right there for Jack Daley. And we're going to go to the break. They're coming back from the break, working on the strike. And we have a tight match on our hands with Janet Poch and Jack Daley and Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick. It's the championship match of the mixed doubles competition on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Karen McCormick ready to bowl on lane 34 at Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire. Dick Lutzk with Mike Morin. It's Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. The team of Janet Poch and Jack Daley are eating into the 20-pin lead that Karen McCormick and Tom Morgan had after the first string. As McCormick almost making a spare. We're virtually even right now with Daley and Poch working on 3 marks in a row. That'll be a 9 box for Karen McCormick.
Big 140 game to start for Tom and Karen. They've cooled off a bit since that torrid first game.
Karen right on the head pin that time, has a spare opportunity. The wood is not angled real well for her. Oh, just squared up nicely for her if in fact she chooses to use it. She's going right at it and makes the spare on her own.
Takes guts to do that, but pretty much have to.
So now it's Janet Poch working on 3 marks in a row. They have $100 in bonus money. McCormick and Morgan have $100 in more bonus money.
We've given away more today, haven't we, than the last 3 weeks combined?
Janet Poch still working on a strike, has another ball to fill the strike. 4 horsemen on the right side, piece of wood behind, will not factor in.
Only Joanne Rosano, Stacia Zernicki, and Tony Marie Baldinelli have more tour wins than Janet.
Nice spare by Janet Poch, another $25 for her team, and we'll watch it one more time. She played the 4 horsemen perfectly, and they're working on a big second game. And she breaks up the 4 horsemen. She has the 1, the 2, and the 4 on the left side, putting 7 in the spare. An 82 half. Bouncing it down, picking up the spare, another $25.
So she's got 3 of the 5 marks between herself and Jack Daley.
5 marks in 6 boxes for the Daley Poch team. Here's Tom Morgan working on a spare. The lead has changed. It's gone to the other side. Tom Morgan will put 7 in the spare and leave the back row. The 7, the 8, and the 10.
Want to say hello to a good friend of the Morgans, Edna Tavano of Revere, 85 years old, loves the Morgan brothers. Well, I ask, who doesn't love the Morgan brothers? So Edna Tavano, Mike and Tom wanted us to say hello. So hi from Dick and Mike, WNDS.
And thanks for watching too.
Yeah.
Playing the wood, just takes the 7. The 8 and the 10 still up there. And that'll be a 9 box for Tom Morgan. 79 through 7.
Well, they were a house on fire with 5 marks starting the first string.
Tom right on the head pin that time. Can he break up the split? No, the wood is angled pretty good for him.
Pretty good, yeah.
It's a double wood though, which is kind of a double whammy.
Want to sweep as far to the right as you can, like that.
Great shot by Tom Morgan. Great shot as he played the wood perfectly for a spare in the 8th frame. Watch it one more time. He played the wood all the way to the right and slid it all, slid the whole pack of pins over the end of the 7-pin. That 7-pin didn't have a chance. Here's Jack Daley working on 5 marks in a row. He threw it in the pocket, and he only has 5 pins to show for it.
Deserved better than that. He's got the diamond along with the 7-pin on the left side.
Again, he threw it right where he wanted to and did not convert. So they'll be open. The streak of marks will end at 5 and a 10 box.
Very close matches except for the second week. Caleri and Cawley tied with Lipke and Montpleasure. They had a 2-frame roll-up, and we nearly had a tie last week.
Look at this. The ball comes back and takes out a couple more. That was like in slow motion. The ball came off the back wall.
2-4-5 is on the deck.
Nice shot by Jack Daley, a spare for Jack in the 8th frame. 6th mark of the string for the team of Daley and Janet Poch.
And they now have an 8-pin lead as they bowl mark to mark in the 8th frame. Karen McCormick steps up to finish out the 9th and 10th.
She'll be filling the mark left on the table by Tom Morgan. Missed the head pin, but she'll put 7 in the mark. She missed the head pin.
Oh, so close.
$10, 106 for Morgan and McCormick. Right on the head pin and right through. The spread eagle +2. 4 on the left, 4 on the right.
The 1 and the 5, only 2 to go out on the punch out.
Three on the left go. A 7 box and a 113 second string for the team of Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick. A 2-string total of 253. Poch and Daley figure to have the lead going to the 3rd string. Janet Poch puts 7 in the spare and leaves herself a spare opportunity.
And there's time for Daley and Poch to pile up some more bonus money.
Spare for Janet Poch. Finishing strong. 7 marks in the 2nd string for the team of Daley and Poch.
We're looking at something in the 160s with another mark here.
Bouncing it down, grabbing the head pin. Strike. $50 more. Watch it one more time. She's at 154 with 2 balls.
Another strike could put them in the 170s. Phenomenal mixed double score.
Right on the head pin. There she goes. She's going to put 9. Watch out. Don't give up on it. The 6 pin still stands. And this is a $25 shot coming up right here. And she will make it and finish with a 164. What a string for Daley and Poch, and they take a 31-pin lead into the final string of their match with Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick. We're coming back for the championship match, the final string of our mixed doubles competition on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Ready to go. It's the 3rd and final string of the championship match. It'll be Jack Daley leading off for his team of Daley and Janet Poch. And they take a 31-pin lead into the 3rd string. Over Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick.
I think the strategy last week was to have Janet Poch bowl first and last. This time around, Jack Daley will do the honors.
And Jack will open with a 10 box. Counting the spare in the strike in the 10th frame, they had 9 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 marks in the 2nd string for a 164. They have $225 in bonus money and another mark.
And a big 31-pin lead starting the 3rd and final game of McCormick and Morgan. They have their work cut out for them.
And Tom and Karen had a 140 in the 1st string.
Yeah.
And now they're trailing by 31 pins going in. Tom off the head pin.
venture a guess that Tom Morgan has been seen on this show more than anybody else.
Tom and Mike.
46 times coming into today's action.
Tom starts out with a 10 box.
17th season. That's pretty close to 3 times a year. Last couple of years, he's been on anywhere from 5 to 7 times the last 3 years.
Missed the head pin again, leaving the 1, the 2, and the 4 on the left side.
Not active in the Pro Tour, however.
Tom not happy with himself. Perhaps you could hear him. And that'll be an 8 box. Poch. Look at them fall. They continue to fall, leaving the 7 and the 10. So we'll put 8 in the spare. They add 10 pins to their lead.
And the wood is still moving on the deck, as you can see.
And Janet waiting for it to settle down.
Well, only choice is to play the wood on the left. Try not to put it in the drink before hitting the pin. Now she's got something leaning against it if anything gets close to the 10 pin.
There she goes. There it goes.
Hasn't she been the shot maker these last 2 weeks?
Just as you said, that wood that was up against the 10 pin. Watch it again. Watch the wood in the back. It catches the back end of that piece of wood, and that took out the 10 pin.
Very nice.
Another chance for bonus money. They're breaking the bank. 9 pins go down.
On the verge of running away with this match, and the $1,000 top prize that'll be split between, well, whoever wins and their partner.
Well, the wood here becomes a little bit of an issue. Angled out in front. That piece of wood is going to fall off the deck.
Too bad. It could have been helpful.
And another spare. 3 in a row. Another $50 for Poch and Daley. $275 in bonus money in this match.
And 12 marks in the last, what, 15, 16 frames.
And they're about to put this match out of reach.
The dinner bucket on the right side, 7 pin on the left.
Karen's not able to convert. And that will be a 9 box. Want to welcome to Candlepin Stars and Strikes Dexter Shoes, one of the world's leaders in the manufacture of bowling shoes. If you are a bowler, make sure you look for Dexter Shoes where you shop for sporting goods. The finest bowling shoes in the world are from Dexter Shoes.
Great New England company for many, many years. Of course, dress and casual shoes as well, besides bowling apparel.
A 9 box as we go to the break. A big lead in the match, 52 pins. The lead plus a ball for Janet Poch and Jack Daley over Karen McCormick and Tom Morgan. Heading down the home stretch of our championship match of the mixed doubles competition on Candlepin Stars and Strikes on WNDS TV. Ready to go. Jack Daley will start out on lane 34.
I'd venture a guess he's enjoying his first venture into television bowling.
I'll bet you he's enjoying bowling with Janet Poch, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That can take a lot of the pressure off of you.
He's held his own, but Janet has certainly come through when it's been needed. That's for sure.
Look at that shot. It's rubbing off. 4 marks in a row. Another $25. Watch it one more time. The 4 horsemen plus the 9 pin.
They make it look so easy. That is not an easy spare to make. If your average is 127, you make it a little more than a regular guy.
And a strike on top of it.
5 marks in a row for Poch and Daley.
They are on fire.
How much money have we given them in bonus money?
$300 now, I think.
Wow.
Yep, 300 and a quarter. $325.
Assuming they win the grand, which it looks like they will, that's better than $1,300 for a day's work.
Now Tom Morgan. 5 marks and 6 frames in the third string, exactly what they did in the second string. They were open in the first box of the second string, then ran off 5 marks in a row. And then they were open and then finished out with 3 marks in a row. Eighth box for Tom Morgan.
And not 1 mark yet for the team of McCormick and Morgan.
A 44 half.
Dick, we're going to have another 400 triple today.
Looks that way. Well, Tom coming through the back door looking for some help. The only pin standing is the 1 pin. And that'll be a mark for Tom Morgan, who applauds himself.
Would that be called mock applause?
First mark of the third string for the team of Morgan and McCormick. Janet has a 118 average, but she certainly has exceeded that here this afternoon.
She makes up for maybe a little lower average with a lot of experience and finesse and great timing, doing the right thing at the right time.
Looking for some more bonus money. Working on the strike left on the table by Jack Daley. Still a ball to go. 5 marks in a row, looking for more bonus money. Not gonna make it. Put 9 in the strike.
Janet is a golfer, and she also is involved in a hobby I never heard of called scrapbooking, where you create themed scrapbooks by pasting and arranging photographs in a thoughtful manner, themes, things like that. She stays busy in her off bowling and off work times. She'll have a little extra money after today's performance for her hobbies.
Right on the head pin, and a strike for Janet Poch. After being open, this is a carbon copy of the second string. And we'll watch it one more time. This is a carbon copy of the second string, where they were open in the first frame, ran off 5 marks in a row, open in the 6th box, and then struck out, marked out the rest of the way. Now Karen McCormick. Has to be frustrating to Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick to see the marks put on the board by their opponents.
Janet and Jack already have 405 with 2 balls.
Well, Karen put it right there, but couldn't get it to go. It's been that kind of an afternoon for them. And a 10 box. And it's academic now. We're here to see just how high the score can be for the team of Daley and Poch.
That's the 2, 7, and 9 with a little bit of wood. Actually, just 1 piece now between the 7 and the 9 in the back row.
Sean Baker and Tony Wellspring combined for a 420 a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that shattered.
And we'll see that broken this afternoon.
That's gone in the next frame.
And a 9 box for Karen McCormick. Now here's Jack Daley to finish up for his team, working on a strike. Jack, who grew up in Homestead, Florida. Still has another ball to go into the strike. Having fun with the crowd right now. The pressure's off. The match is over. Jack trying to score. He'll only put 3 in the strike.
Still within shouting distance of 420, though, easily.
And that'll be a 7 box.
415 now with 1 frame to go for Poch and Daley. They'll be your winners. This year's edition of Mixed Doubles on WNDS. Deb Regan there rubbing Jack's head for a little extra luck, I guess. I'm not sure for who.
Yeah, Jack off the head pin there again.
It didn't help Deb.
Nice shot to finish up for Jack Daley with a spare in the 10th frame.
All right, maybe it did help.
141 plus a ball. Watch it one more time. Played it well.
Sweet. Possible 161. I'm sorry, possible 151 with a full count here.
Put 5 in the spare. And a 146 seconds, a third string, and a 3-string total of 430. Wow. What an impressive performance by Daley and Poch. Now Tom Morgan to finish up. $10 for Tom. Gonna need a mark for 100.
And that will not be easy. With the 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10. Piece of wood right in front of the 5-pin. There will be no triple figures in this game for Morgan and McCormick. They'll end up somewhere around 350.
98 third string and a 3-string total of 351. A 79-pin win for Janet Poch and Jack Daley. We'll come back to meet our bowlers when we return to Leda Lanes in Nashua, New Hampshire, as Candlepin Stars and Strikes continues on WNDS TV.
We have some pretty great scoring in this championship match by Janet Poch and Jack Daley.
And, you know, generally the scoring in the mixed doubles isn't as high for any number of reasons. However, 2 weeks ago, Sean Baker and Tony Wellspring had 420. Today, Jack Daley and Janet Poch 430. So 2 400-plus series out of the last couple of weeks. Pretty amazing.
And victimized by the high scoring this afternoon, our runners up here this afternoon, Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick, checks for $300 apiece for each of you. Let me give you that right now. We had $100 in bonus money as well. And when you run up against a buzzsaw like that, there's not much you can do about it.
Not much at all. Janet threw a great ball, as well as Jack. There's nothing you can do.
Who's this young man you're carrying there?
This is a friend of mine, little Tom Bishop. Hey, little T, who's better than you?
Nobody.
That's right, baby.
You got him trained right. You've run up against some red-hot bowlers before, too, haven't you?
This is what happened. We had the momentum early and looked good. We threw a couple of deuces on marks, and they took the ball and never threw any deuces out there. They threw nothing but 9s and 10s. You just have to applaud them. They threw the ball great.
I'll ask you both to stand over right next to me as we go to Janet Poch, who's going to roll a bonus ball, and we'll try to match her up with a winner at home. And she got a strike, continuing with her red-hot bowling.
Wow.
Strike for Janet. Thanks very much, Tom and Karen. We'll bring on Janet and Jack Daley.
$110, by the way, in the bonus ball contest.
$110 in the bonus ball contest. And this is Pat Ball from Lawrence, Massachusetts. She picked a 6, and it's a consolation prize because of the strike. And it just continues on for you, Janet, with the bonus ball contest. What's going on?
Just one of those days you're throwing a good ball.
Last week you had the last frame, great shot to keep it alive for you guys. And this week the shot making continued for both you and Jack. You just really were in a groove.
Yeah, we found it this string, this match, and you know, you just get that one break and get by a squeaker, and you never know what's going to happen.
From the veteran Janet Poch to the rookie Jack Daley, first time on TV, you had a real veteran to carry you, didn't you?
Oh, it's nice to have that, especially like they said the last week we put her in at the last 5 to do it against Sean Baker, and it paid off.
But it looked like you got comfortable toward the end, and it looked like you'd been around.
Yeah, it felt great. As soon as I threw the first mark, it was all over. I had no butterflies, nothing.
Checks for both of you. We have $500 apiece. We had a lot of bonus money, too. $325 in bonus money to split, and congratulations. Nice to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Janet, thank you very much. And Jack Daley, our winners here this afternoon in the mixed doubles competition.
And that brings us back to men's singles starting again next week. Let's refresh your memory on who's the top 3 seeds so far out of what will eventually be 6 bowlers for the Tournament of Champions. They include Gary Carrington at 414. He's on top of the 3 guys so far. Gary Santora at 403, and Mike Morgan, Tom's brother, is 3rd at 397. We've got 3 more bowlers to plug in for the next couple of months.
Can't remember ever giving away as much bonus money. $325 to the winning team of Jack Daley and Janet Poch. Another $100 to the losing team of Tom Morgan and Karen McCormick. They were really making shots.
They really were, and as we said earlier on, it's very unusual to see the scoring this high. I mean, we don't see scoring this high usually in singles competition, but in the mixed doubles, they had the magic 2 out of the 4 weeks.
Daley and Poch beat Morgan and McCormick, final score 430 to 351. That'll do it for our mixed doubles. We're back to the regular ladder series beginning next week, and we'll look forward to seeing you as well. For Mike Morin and our entire WNDS TV crew, I'm Dick Lutz. Thanks for watching Candlepin Stars and Strikes, and we'll see you next time, everyone. So long from Lena Lanes in Nashua.